Well, good afternoon. This is Susan with Traveling with Ted and Susan. We are currently on the Greenbrier Trail. It is September 3rd, 2025. We have ridden with our bikes, all of it except from Cass, which is Cass Railroad, to Sharps Tunnel. So what we're doing is we're riding from Cass to Sharps Tunnel to finish off, so that we have all of our riding in. It is 78 miles, the whole length of the trail. We have a camp in Rennick on the trail, and we came up day before yesterday. Yesterday we saw a beautiful eagle, and I already posted that on the Greenbrier River Trail Facebook. He was in the tree right out in the yard. We are being bombarded by hummingbirds, so I went ahead and put up a feeder. They're loving it. We have seen herds of deer, up to 50 at a time. So what we did, we went into the Cass Railroad Depot there, and we got a couple of their homemade barbecues to take with us. And so we're going to stop on the trail somewhere and have lunch. So usually we bring lunch, but we had to drive up to Cass so that we could ride down. So that's what we're doing. It is a beautiful day. It is about 71 degrees and sunny and really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera, and so you can see Ted is in front of me riding. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera if it will let me now. And it will not let me. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn it around. There we go. So I hope that it's not too bumpy of a ride for you. And here's a little cabin over here, and a little shelter here, and Ted's up there. We have a lot of the yellow flowers. I believe that's ragwood, which I'm allergic to, so hence the runny nose. So so far this trip we've not seen any bear. Well, we unfortunately saw a dead one in the median on 64 on the way up here, which I do not like to see. And we usually see a bear when we're up here. So so far we've not seen a bear, but we've seen a lot of other animals and a lot of other birds. So this is you can tell, a beautiful day. So I hope you enjoy the ride, and hope I'm not panting too much. So our goal is to get to Sharps Tunnel, which is 13 miles, and then we will bike back, and then we will go back into the depot and have ice cream on pie, so pie a la mode. It's homemade pies that they have, and you can have either apple or cherry there. They also have barrels of candy, and the candy is old-fashioned candy, and you can get it for only $12 for $1, so which is less than 10 cents a piece. So you can get Mary Jane's, you can get Black Cows, you can get all the old-fashioned candy. So that it's pretty neat. So we're going over our first little bridge here. Woo! That was a little bumpy. So over here's Greenbrier River. It's really low right now. because of not a lot of rain. River's over here. Beautiful. They have a lot of little gravel on the trail right now, and it's a little hard to ride through. And we have to go through horse poop. Sometimes you see beautiful horses on this trail, and we share and we give way to horses. They have the right of way. We want to keep them away from the bikes so they will not be scared. So you can see the river's down, but it's still beautiful. Whew. So we had to stop for a little break. We are about, I think, 3 miles from Sharps Tunnel, and we met up with some really nice people, and that's what you do on the Greenbrier Trail. You meet lots of nice people from all over the United States. They're from Tennessee, but she's originally from Vancouver Island. And we talked with them for, I'm going to say, about maybe a half hour or so. And these are bike packers that's coming out of there. So we are about 3 miles from Sharps Tunnel. So we haven't eaten lunch yet, so we're gonna stop and eat lunch maybe here. There's picnic tables over there, so, but it's beautiful, very, very, very beautiful here. And so this is areas that we've not seen, and you know, having our camp on the Greenbrier Trail and being on the Greenbrier Trail, riding bikes several times, we've never been up this way. So I'll video again later. Okay, so we already had lunch, and I can definitely recommend the little restaurant there at the Cass General Store for their homemade barbecues. They were delicious. I don't like slaw, so I wouldn't have put slaw on them, but the barbecues are delicious. The barbecue sauce is really good, and they put a lot of meat on the sandwich. It's really good, so I can recommend that. We are very close to Sharps Tunnel, so let's see. We have let's see, we are right on the I believe 12-mile mark that we've come so far. So and we've had a really beautiful day. We found a picnic area. It had a picnic table, and it's actually a little camp spot, and had a little place where you could go in to get out of the weather if you needed to. And that was real nice to be able to find that. We also found a bathroom. So there is a bathroom from Cass to Sharps Tunnel, so which is great. We've seen beautiful scenery, and I saw one snake. Eeks! I know that there's snake lovers, but I absolutely hate snakes. Sorry. And they scare me half to death. So I have 2 phobias, snakes and mice. So I know that black snakes eat mice. So I know they're nice, but still, it's just the idea that it's a snake. It really freaks me out. But anyway, so I did see one. Have no idea what it was. It was little. So I'm hoping that we are going to ride up to Sharps to the tunnel here in just a little bit. Back there, it seems like it should have been about a half a mile more. And Oh, I'm in the middle on the grass to make it so it's not so loud while I'm videoing. But over here's the river. And let's see, there's a mountain up there, so we may be getting close to the tunnel. Sharp's Tunnel, I believe, is the longest one of the 2 tunnels that's on the trail. So we do have lights built in on our bikes. You have to have a light to go through. So let's see if we're coming up close to it. We have seen some trees that's changing already. It's early September. So, and let me see. Looks like we may be coming up to it. Aha. We are here at Sharp's Tunnel. So there it is. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to ride through there and video at the same time. Okay, here at Sharp's Tunnel. Here we go. Okay. All right. Little zombie. We made it. Okay, so we are almost back to Cass, and so far we've gone, let's see, almost 25 miles. So, actually we did have a tiny bit of rain, but it was just sprinkling, and then it got sunny again, and so now it is beautiful again. So it's been a great ride. I would highly recommend it. Every area of the trail looks a little bit different. So you know, now that we've reached the end almost, we have ridden the entire length, 79 miles of the trail, and we did it in sections. So, and we did it throughout several years. So I'm very happy that we were able to get it done and ride it. So now we can move on to another rail trail. These rail trails are amazing because you do not have a lot of incline, just a little bit, and they're usually well maintained, especially the Greenbrier trail is really well maintained, and it was actually voted the top 10 in the United States. So, all right, okay. So it ended up being, we're almost there, and it ended up being actually 30 miles today. So, because the Greenbrier Trail ends, but then you ride on into Cass. So it's a little rough. The gravels are bigger that we're riding on right now. So, it's a little rougher. So, but we are getting ready to, ride into Cass and the railroad, and the general store again, where we started off. And it's been a really nice ride. Just a little while ago, we jumped up 3 deer, Ted did, in front of me. And they were coming out of the woods. It was like a really steep hill with rocks. And as soon as they saw us, they turned around and I could hear their hooves on the big rock as they were flipping around, turning around, trying to get out of there. We scared them. So, anyway, yeah. So we've seen a lot of animals. No bear, not yet. So, I mean, you know, I don't mind. As long, I don't mind. So I'm gonna flip this around. And we are almost at the train depot at Cass. Here's the old trains that they have that's been put on the track that's not used. So, and then we are coming into the town of Cass, and the Cass Railroad is right up here. So this is the end of our trip today. So it's been a good one, and I'm tired. I'm not going to even tell you what's hurting on me right now, but you can pretty much imagine. So Ted's finished. There's the depot, and there's the train down there. All right, gonna say goodbye.